Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen. This is Shake Master J, and this is the first ever, or I've been doing this at least for years, and I've only had a couple of videos back in 2011. So I guess you could say this is like the first time I'm doing this on audio. And this will be the first official title. I want to call this title The Unpopular Opinion. The title speaks for itself. I mean, everyone knows that, when it comes to opinions, none of them are very popular. But, the show must go on, and I'm just ready to just say what's on my mind. I like to address things. I feel like there's certain things I want to talk about. There's certain things I want to express that I never had or gotten the platform to do, or I just was too lazy. I can be honest about that. But for the most part, I'm here. I'm ready. We're going to get this started. And usually I just go off the fly off my head. I don't really have any notes, because sometimes I think I have notes, but then it's like, what's going on here? So, here we go. Now, I want to address something that's very, I want to say, near and dear to my heart. I've always had this complication for years. I've had this complication ever since I became interested in middle school. And that subject is women. I feel like women, in my opinion, are very strange. Some good, some bad. And I feel like there's certain histories that I have with certain women that I feel like I could talk about. I was either too scared to talk about. I'm not going to hit the rundown all the way, but, it's what I do, But I feel like I had to address the situation because I feel like now's the right time. Before I go any further, I just want to express to a lot of people, I just started this here unpopular opinion. I don't really, yes, good news indeed. I really don't feel like, a lot of people are watching, but I'm just saying, for the very few that are watching, I do want to just say, for the most part, if you're offended by anything I say, if you feel like, since this is a topic of misogynist, this is a topic of women, if you feel what I say is misogynistic, sexist, chauvinistic, painful, hurtful, abusive, pig-like, bitter, angry, whatever, if you feel like this is what's coming from my mouth, then I want you listeners, I really want you listeners, and I hope you guys understand something. I want you listeners to understand that these words are coming from a place where I truly, 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 and sincerely don't give a fuck. Why? Well, I guess you could say because it's my opinion, and it's not so popular, and not everyone's gonna agree with me, but I might as well, Now, like I said earlier, I have a love-hate relationship with women. I've always had a love-hate relationship with women. It's just what I am. It's what I do. There's parts that frustrate me, and there's parts that I love dearly. But, it's just the type of guy that I am, So without further ado, let me address this one topic. And sometimes I'll ramble here and there, but you know what? That's what I do. I like to speak off a freestyle form in my head, and sometimes I go off topic, but I bring myself back. If you think I go too long or I'm doing this or that, well, on the bottom left corner there's a play button. You can click it, pause, and go home. Go watch something else. You don't have to sit here all the time and listen. My opinion must be very important for you to just sit down and listen. But here we go. Today, something shocked me. Now, I'm not going to say the woman's name because, people don't need to be addressed. I don't think anyone knows who this person's name is. I mean, come on, we're human beings here. You're a viewer. I don't think you give two craps who anyone's name is. So I'm just gonna leave her name out of this. But let's say there's this woman who me and her have been talking to around October. I talked to her for a little bit. We speak. We met like at a bar. Had some fun. Got her number. We wanted to do something, and we were talking to each other. Me, I'm personally not attracted to this girl, in my honest opinion, because I have to be honest. I was not really 100% attracted. I enjoyed being around her. I enjoyed doing stuff, but I wasn't really, feeling her like that because, and I know one of my friends won't appreciate me saying this, but you can't stop me from feeling the way I feel. Only I can stop myself. I was not attracted to this girl I was seeing as much because I felt like no matter who would come my way, my heart belonged to another woman that I had a crush on who worked at the location that me and this girl hung out with. We'll call her the bartender. I have a huge crush on the bartender. I've had a huge crush longer than what a lot of people would expect, to be honest with you. All you need to know is the bartender, there was something about her that I just want. I was curious, and, does it give me a reason to go where I go? Not necessarily. Didn't know she was working there, but it shocked me when she was. And give it, me and the bartender have a very interesting history. For my friend Jamaican Gamer, who's probably mixing this up right now, no, not that history. He knows what I mean by that. No, we haven't done anything. We didn't hook up, I would like to. And I would like to have more than that, but I know this girl doesn't really like me like that, so I don't even bother. But I like seeing her. I see her, I get a huge rush. It's just something. It's just me, But I have this crush on the bartender. Any girl, not just the girl I'm talking to you about, but anybody who wasn't the bartender, I probably wouldn't have had interest anyway. Why? Because that's just how I rock. That's the type of guy that I am. That's the type of person that I am. I'm sorry if that makes me a bad person, but I just am that guy. So, I guess the girl I was seeing sees that and has an issue. But I'm just saying to myself, why is that an issue? We never had a talk about, and this is the thing, we never had a talk. This girl felt like I cheated on her because I talk to other girls. I have fun with other girls. Yet she goes to criticizing me on my means of transportation. Yes, I'm pretty much that guy that always has bus money, but not, gas money. You know what I mean? I always have money for the bus, or I always ride my bike to work. No big deal. There's plenty of reasons why I can't drive. I can if I got a car, but no one's gotten me a car yet. And, not everyone starts off at a certain age. Some people get their first car because they're awarded a first car. And there's other reasons that I don't have a car right now, but it just digresses from the point. The problem is, this girl criticizes my means of transportation. She criticizes all these girls I talk to. She has all these questions about this one girl who I was seeing for a little bit. And I'm thinking to myself, you're worried about me. Who are you seeing? She's like, and her response is, ain't nobody worried about you. But I talk to a lot of guys. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're not worried about me, these questions wouldn't be a serious thing. And I'm saying to myself, okay. I hang out with my friends another day at the same area, the same location that we hang out with. And this very same girl that asked me this question comes up to me and my friends. She's a little bit more hostile to my friends. Like calling me a creeper, assuming that I didn't forget her name, criticize the drink that I drink, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, why so hostile? So I try to at least give this a chance and see, okay, maybe she's mad. Let me talk to her. This woman has, let's just say, long story short, I try to talk to her. She kind of shuts down in a very cold manner, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, you wanted my attention, I'm giving it to you, and now you're doing this. And then she did the one thing that pisses me off, and that is she decided to parade around Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook this guy that she was on a date with. Now, if you're a black man and you love hip hop music and you like seeing rappers on Vine act a fool, I'm pretty sure after I just said what I said, you can picture Plies in the back of your head, and you can hear him go, and you can hear him just say "bit" in a very high pitched voice, because that's how I felt. I felt like, you gotta be serious. You made a commotion about me, and you go on and do this? And I'm thinking to myself, well, geez, I'm so glad you got over me this quickly with all the hostility. I feel like I should cut you off, but you know what? No, I'm not going to do that, because I feel that in a way a cloud was lifted. And let me say, when a cloud has been lifted off of my head, I feel relieved. I feel relaxed. I feel smooth. I feel like I want to do anything else. I feel like now I can go back to crushing on the bartender again. I feel like I can go back to doing what I want again. I think I can go back to hanging out with my friends again. I think I could go back to just talking to women like I used to without feeling like I'm tied down. Thank God. Because now I'm relaxed. I'm smooth. And I don't think I can talk to you anymore. Why? You seem to be happy with your first date, so why not? Now I can just go on and settle the situation, and I can just do what I want to do. It's very easy. So thank you, woman. Not gonna say your name, for finally moving on and allowing me to go back to crushing on the bartender. Why? Because it's wifey or bust. In my delusional, sick, twisted mind, the bartender is my wife. Okay, I can't believe I just recorded that portion on YouTube, but oh well. It's a limerick sing anyway, so it's not a big deal. But my question is to you, to all the women out there and men, why do you guys do this? Why do you guys do this? Why do you guys act as just friends and then all of a sudden just send mixed signals? Why do we as a society send mixed signals? That's a question I ask myself every day. Why do I do it? Because I'm guilty of doing it. And then I realize something. I realize why we send mixed signals. Maybe, for many reasons, we do this because, I don't know, maybe spur of the moment we needed this person and we enjoy this person's presence. And then for other reasons, we just, I don't know, but we don't need them anymore. We shut down. Now, I'm not in... Now, I watch her videos, I get entertained, but I feel like Nicole Arbor was right about dating. For some strange reason, it's some kind of contest to see who's the bigger asshole in the relationship. So, if you're not an asshole, I'm probably not attracted to you. If you are, then I want to be with you. Now I gotta be the asshole. Like, who can out-asshole each other? And it's ridiculous in a way. Because... while we do this, we avoid we avoid the point that these people are giving us our undivided attention because they're not the person we want to be. I'll say it. There's this girl I had a crush on before the bartender, and I felt like I was used by this woman. Maybe one day I'll dwell into the topic, but for now, all I can say is, without rambling on, I felt like I wasted 2 years of my time. I felt like I wasted 2 years of my time. This woman had a boyfriend the whole time. This woman just allowed me to do all this stuff, giving me the illusion of a chance, when in reality, I had no chance with this girl, and yet, for some strange reason, she decided, well, you know what, I'm just gonna, this just can't happen. We can't really talk too much. So now that I unfortunately had the displeasure of spending nearly all of 2015 trying to move on, I develop a crush on the bartender, which is her best friend. And in a weird twist, now all of a sudden, why am I talking to her? She's not my type. I could do so much better. Why does it matter? I'm not talking to you anymore. Now, God forbid I say you're jealous, and then you'll probably just do something like, oh, that's not fair. You shouldn't be saying things like that. But, we gotta be honest here. And I think a lot of people, could relate in a way. Doesn't matter. We're moving on. Doesn't matter who you're trying to. It's not like you're protecting her. Are you telling me that she's no good for me? Because who are you to say who's good and who's not? You're happy with a boyfriend. You protecting her? Oh, she doesn't need to be in a relationship. So you tell me I shouldn't be in a relationship? I mean, you can tell me that. Oh, you're not. You're just going to tell me that some girl's going to be out there coming for you. Just wait. Why? Like you waited for him? Oh, trust me. I know how you waited for him, but you know what? We're not going to get there. We're not going to go there. I think at that point, you have to look in the mirror a long time and say to yourself, you have to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, what does it matter that he likes my friend? My friend doesn't like him back. Why does he keep chasing him? I'll tell you why. Because I think I have a right to. Do I know that she doesn't like me? Yes. Is it a big deal? Do I make it a big deal? Do I force this girl against her will? No, I'm not even doing nothing but expressing myself. Why is this a problem to you? The closer I get, it's becoming a problem. And that always confuses me too. It makes no sense. You're happy with the man that you're with. Why can't you let me be happy? Is it because it's your best friend? God forbid I say that, I don't know, maybe, just maybe, I can talk to any girl out there, just not her. Because if you talk to her, then I'll be reminded about how I fucked up and how I pushed you away. Am I correct? Because that's probably the case. But hey, who am I to say, right? I'm just some guy that hasn't found love yet. You men just do it worse. You guys don't even say anything. You guys don't even give advice. You guys are out here banging other women, and then when another guy bangs this woman, then it's like you hold a grudge for him for that because apparently it was your chick, but y'all weren't even dating. How does that make sense? It's weird, isn't it? But hey, what do I know? All I can tell you is this is the society that we live in, where we just don't care anymore. We're just so harsh. And I understand, because when we were younger, we had all this hope. We had this beautiful hope that life will be good. And life will be innocent. And then we grow up and we learn through women and people and money and politics and society and anything that our society has thrown at us. This world is a dark place. And we try so hard to give out a black and white image while masking the reality behind it. And it's eaten everyone up. This relationship thing frustrates me. The reason why I didn't want anything serious with this girl I told you about, that's so hostile to me now, was the other day, this girl would go on Facebook and said, after my last 2 relationships, I'm not looking for a relationship anymore. Yet you want to go back dating. What happened to that? You literally went on public and said, I'm not interested in relationships. And then when I actually do want to do something with you, you don't want to do anything. It doesn't make sense. This is like a girlfriend I had back in 11th grade. I asked this girl out. She lived in Michigan. I asked this girl out, and my ex told me, yeah, sure. We get something taken care of. We talk to her. I want to talk to her. We never get a chance to talk on the phone. And then one day, I take my ACT test, and I get this text like, who are all these girls in your MySpace? Yeah, that's how long I had a girlfriend for. That's how long it was when I had a girlfriend, I should say. But I digress. Who are all these girls on your MySpace? And I'm thinking to myself, well, does it really matter? You've never talked to me for you to be protective. Why is this an issue? Then when we do break up, you're getting married to somebody. Are you serious? It's a shame. It is a shame. I mean, let me tell you something. I'm not a good person. I'm a very bad person. Well, I don't want to say I'm a bad person, but my moral compass is pretty damaged. So, when it comes to my morals, you'd be lucky if I make a good decision. Or at least a decision that doesn't revolve myself. But one thing's for sure. If you guys are going to accuse me of cheating on you, the least you can do is give me the respect and actually make it feel like it's a relationship. I actually want to know we're in a relationship before I can cheat on you. Sorry, that's just how it is. If we're in a relationship, then I'll cheat on you and then I'll be an asshole. But until then, what do you want me to do? I mean, yeah, I make jokes about cheating, but how do you not see that? How do you believe we're in a relationship and I talk about being a cheater all the time? It makes no sense. But, you know, people are confusing sometimes. People can be very confusing. And it's a strange world. Now, I can't pull the statistics out, but a lot of marriages and divorce are literally followed. You know, they come in a step. You fall in love, you get married, then you divorce. Possibly didn't work out, or you're estranged, or you have a kid, and then you divorce. It's almost like a step-by-step process. Which is impressive. But, you know, strange. And I will never get it. But I do know I have to survive and adapt to my surroundings. Because that's all I have. That's all we got. Well, and I hope you guys know that. Don't ever let some simple standard of relationship hold you down. You know, I made it my duty that when it came to this bartender, if I can't be with this bartender, then I'd rather be single for the rest of my life. And my girl, and this friend I told you that I had a crush on before the bartender, laughed it off like that'll never happen. Within 3 years I'll find someone. I hope my friend understands. I literally ruined a chance of being in a relationship to a point of hostility because I'm still stuck on this wifey or bust movement. Because I am that prideful. I said it before, I want to be with this woman, I want to be with the bartender. Regardless. And I don't care how it happens. Or I don't want to say I don't care how it happens, but I will be there waiting. I don't care how long it takes. I will wait. And if it never happens, then I guess I'll be single. I guess I'll be forever alone. But, hey, that's a dream that I hope come true one day. Because when it comes to women, when it comes to love, it's what I want. It's what I've always wanted. I wanted to find that person to be happy. I thought the girl before the bartender was that person. Turns out it wasn't. And to this day I'm still regretting it, but I also realize if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't move on with this girl. I wouldn't move on with the bartender. So, the bottom line is, before I end this take, stay consistent. Stay with your goals. If you change your mind, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's how it rolls. That's how the cookie crumbles. And that's my dreams, and I'm staying to it. And I hope you guys stay to it as well. With that said, I'm signing out. Right now, all I'm doing is just giving you a quick clip of a video that pretty much adds up to my point about women and interest. And this is coming from a personality slash teacher slash dancer by the name of Rubia Garcia. Pretty much this adds into my point what I've been talking about in my video about how people, are. And, if you get a load of it, you're not going to get the audio right, but, it's there. But she's a very insightful, very smart, very intelligent woman. She's wonderful with her students. She's, like I said, she's a New Orleans teacher who, also a dancer on the side, but she also loves to give information to some of the fans and loves to give information to students to make sure they learn about the real world. And you should check her out. Her Facebook page is Rubia Garcia, and I will send you the name. You can look her up, and she's awesome. Hold on. So I'm going to play the audio, and here you go.
I am sincerely convinced that this is how some people view dating in the 21st century. Like the type of stuff that they'll think inside their head but won't say out loud, or the type of stuff that they're in denial about but will never admit that this is how they think. So I want to be friends. Just friends. I know you hear me saying I want to be just friends, right? But I want to do things that other people would deem inappropriate to say they're just friends. And although we're not in a relationship, I want to do all the things as if we were in a relationship. I just don't want to put forth any effort. Like, I don't want to put in any work. I don't want to have the responsibility or expectations of being loyal or honest or trustworthy or any of that. I say we pretend as if you deserve all of those things, therefore I can reap the benefits as if I actually earn them, and in return, I'll say and do things that make you catch feelings for no reason whatsoever. You're stupid. You're a good person. That's why I want to talk to you. And because I know that you're a good person, I can't be honest with you, because then you won't entertain a person like me. In actuality, it's your fault. Like, you're making me lie to you in order to get what I selfishly want for myself, regardless of your feelings. I just can't let you claim me in public. Not even that there's anything wrong with you. I can't let you claim me in public, because then people are going to realize how much of a dog I am, and the fact that I'm talking to more people than people that show up at a Trump rally. And your best friend's going to find out that I'm talking to you too. And your cousin. And your neighbor. You're going to realize that I'm talking to other people, and you're going to try to check me on it. Then I'm going to remind you that I said that I wanted to be just friends. But in all fairness, I only said that for one reason and one reason only. And that was to make me feel less of a jerk whenever you did catch feelings, even though that's kind of what I wanted you to do in the first place, hence why I lied. My bad. Because I do this regularly, I already know how the game goes, so I'm going to play with your feelings just enough and stroke your ego just right to convince you that you're an exception. At this point, I can only hope that you're dumb enough to believe me. Or hope that you're a good enough person that you genuinely believe that you can change me. Which you can't, by the way, because this is me. And even if you do decide to stick around and accept that it is what it is, you want to know what I'm going to do next? When I see you moved on with somebody else, I'm going to get mad. I'm going to flip the script so quick on you that everything's going to be your fault. Even though I said I just wanted to be just friends. Listen, I can't speak for anybody else, but I have neither the time nor the inclination to entertain friends like that. And with that type of immaturity floating around, I can totally understand how easy it is for people to lose faith that old souls and people that truly believe in real love exist. All I'm trying to say is, don't let a few bad apples prevent you from believing and holding out the hope that people like that are really out there. Those people really do exist, because I'm one of them. I refuse to believe that I'm the only one, so keep the faith alive. Teach a life.
Okay. Also, if you heard that licking sound effect, she pretty much was imitating the person that called themselves a dog. I'm sorry. If you want to see the video, it's on her Facebook page. I believe she has a YouTube page. I'm not sure, but I'd look it up just in case. But like I said, follow Rubia Garcia. She pretty much, gave you the short and sweet version, whereas I gave you a near 30-minute long version, plus this whole audio talk, because I like to talk a lot. So, with that being said, have a wonderful evening, and, I want a lot of people to marinate on that.